Hi guys, welcome back to another Photoshop episode. I have a couple of these worksheets ready for you. There's 3, and this one starts off easy and then each one gets progressively harder. But the overall idea is not too bad. All we're using is really 3 tools. We're going to start by adding a new layer. Remember, it's a little plus sign underneath your layers. We're going to use this one that looks like a little droplet tool. It's called the eyedropper. And we're also going to end up using the paint bucket tool. And if you don't see the paint bucket tool on your toolbar, if you hold down your gradient tool, it's either going to be your gradient tool or paint bucket. So make sure it's set to paint bucket. And what I want you to do is color pick the colors of the image and paint bucket them into these boxes. Now, you'll notice that there's different amounts of boxes, but they're each separate. So here's 3, here's 6, 9, so on and so forth. I want you to pick as many colors as each box grouping requires. So for example, if we do this one, that's 3 colors, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna say, okay, for sure we need some kind of red. So then I'm gonna color pick red. All you have to do is tap it. I'm gonna get the paint bucket and I'm gonna say red goes there. But notice everything just painted red. So what you want to make sure you have selected on is this function. My recording is covering over it, but it should say all layers. So the computer knows, hey, I should be referring to all the layers. So now if I use the paint bucket, bam, it'll know that there's other layers with boxes already on them. The reason we added a new layer instead of just doing this right on the background is just good practice. If something goes wrong or if I end up needing to replace a color, it's going to be a lot easier to erase or undo what's already been done. So it's just a protective step. So now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to say there's definitely green. And I'm going to say that the next main color of this is also just a brighter green. Now, is that all the colors that's in this image? No, we see like a little bit of blue. There's definitely darker greens, several types of red. So for the next box, you're going to look for 6 shades you can pull. So I'm going to start with a light red. I'll grab maybe a dark red. I'll grab a light green. I'll grab a dark green. This one looks nice. And I'll grab, maybe I'll go for this blue. And one more here. This one's kind of like an orangier pink. But now we have these 6 colors. Now you'll go on to the next square and I want you to just keep picking colors. I want you to keep practicing and see just how many more colors there are than you think. The way that I'm going about it is I'm picking one hue at a time. So I'll go with all the colors that I'm noticing on my pomegranate. Bam, I've made like a little column. It looks nice, it looks neat. I'll go over my greens. I'll do the same kind of idea. A light green, look for like a medium green, and some kind of dark green. All right, looks like we are all done for this worksheet. My only tip is to make sure that you're grabbing a variety of colors. Be careful about colors that you're picking that look too similar to each other. For example, sometimes I got a little too close in blue. They're still different, but you want the best variety if you can. Let me know if you have any questions. You have this worksheet and 2 more for practice. Be sure also, if you're one of my students, to write your name up here so I can make sure that I can keep track of who's turning in what. Okay, make sure you do, as always, file, export, quick export as PNG. Bye.